Now, this devastating story has shaken up Israel. The owner of a shop in Jerusalem's popular Machne Yehuda market has died. According to reports, he took his own life less than 2 weeks ago because of his financial issues that were caused by the coronavirus lockdowns. But he's far from the only one facing economic ruin. And joining us now to talk about suicide amidst this terrible crisis is Dr. Shiri Daniels, Executive Director of Counseling at Iran, an Israeli organization for emotional first aid. So have you been noticing a spike in calls from people with severe depression or suicidal thoughts?
Well, here at Iran's hotline and online service, we are experiencing a dramatic rise in calls from 500 a day in routine to over 1,400 calls daily. People share with us their feelings of anxiety and stress, as well as feeling lonely while separated from people and roles that comfort them. There are some people who deal with severe mental distress, and they talk about depression, suicidal thoughts, as well as a sense of hopelessness. They are at risk.
Is finance the primary cause here?
Well, yeah, finance can be a stressful situation that can trigger crisis and risk. But in addition to personal traits, mental illness, and a lack of social support.
So when you, I guess this might seem like you've already answered, but what kinds of people are most likely to call in? Is it people who have pre-existing conditions, or are many of these people just being triggered by the current situation that we're seeing right now?
Well, actually, everyone. We get calls from men and women at all ages, youth and soldiers, parents and the elderly, people who speak Hebrew or English or Russian, Amharic, Arabic. They are answered by over 1,300 volunteers and staff members in Israel and in North America. Actually, we all share the same reality and are all in this together.
So what are your emergency protocols when you're dealing with something like this? And have you been able to prevent any situations from escalating into something much worse?
Well, first of all, we listen to the callers without judgment. Sometimes just listening can save lives. When we have suicidal calls, we conduct an initial test to see that if the risk is immediate. And when it is so, we activate emergency protocols and contact emergency forces in order to prevent suicide and save lives. And we actually activate this protocol 3 to 4 times a day and saves hundreds of lives each year.
Sitting in the chair that you're sitting in, dealing with all these people and hearing, these concerns, does it make you feel that the lockdowns that we're seeing right now are right? Are we going to see more people injured in this situation because of financial ruin or, mental stress from being stuck at home than actually from the coronavirus itself?
Well, we have to remember that the lockdown can protect us health-wise, but loneliness has its toll, and loneliness can be deadly. And we know after similar situations in the past, in crisis, that after the crisis is being taken care of, the emotional implications continue for years, mainly on mental health and also a rise in suicide.
All right, and has there been a spike in suicide itself, not just obviously calls that you guys are receiving?
Well, in previous states of emergency, we usually see a decline in suicidal calls because people are occupied with the external threat and not in their inner world and feelings.
Right.
But we don't see that. We don't see that in this coronavirus crisis, sadly. Actually, what we see in Iran is a rise in suicidal calls. And we see that people are in extreme risk these days.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us and updating us. It's important for those who might be having these thoughts to understand that you're not alone. Take care.
Well, thank you. It's important also to know that even difficult situations have more than one solution. And you are not alone. Reach out for help. It makes all the difference.
Thank you.